Hello everybody. Welcome. Well, we are now in the midst of eclipse season, and many of you will probably be feeling the great changes that are taking place. And coming up next, on July 27th, is a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius at 4 degrees and 44 minutes. And this is going to be the longest eclipse of this century, lasting 1 hour and 23 minutes. It's also called a blood moon because of the reddish colour that's caused by the light being refracted from the Earth's atmosphere. So this is it's almost like we're in the build-up to something that's extremely potent, really strong energies. And the key here, because we've got 6 planets in fixed signs, is to realize how strong you are, to not give up, to be determined, to hang on in there. It's a great time for making a personal breakthrough, for getting through something that you thought you couldn't do. These planets in fixed signs with this eclipse may in fact show you that you can get through something that you thought was impossible. You're not a victim. You're not a little weakling. You're strong. The fixed signs are strong signs. So at the time of this lunar eclipse, we've got a powerful T-square happening, and T-squares always churn up the energy. And you've got lots of trines, which we had at the last eclipse in Cancer. You can go more easily. You get a chance just to float along a little. When there's a T-square in the planets, and depending of course where it hits in your chart, chances are you're going to get activated, and it's an opportunity for profound change to happen quickly. So don't be afraid of it. So Mars is retrograde, conjunct to the moon, square to Uranus. Your patience is probably going to be tested. You may find people around you suddenly flaring up. I'm noticing it already, well in advance. I was just driving along the other day and I heard an ambulance come up behind me. Well, automatically I pull in because the siren's going. It's like, whoo! So I pulled in and I drew up to the next traffic lights, let the ambulance go. And this guy was crazed, came up to my window, and it's hot here in Athens, so my window was down, and he was shouting at me. I don't know what he was shouting at me, quite honestly, because I didn't understand the Greek. But I had the feeling that he might punch me in the face. Luckily, I just looked at him very nonplussed. Maybe had I argued back, he might have punched me, but I didn't know what I'd done. Maybe I'd cut him off on trying to get out of the way of the ambulance. So one of your challenges will be to remain centered and calm. It's like you being the eye of the storm, you being that peaceful place and observing all the things that are going round in your life and around you, but not getting embroiled in it, not answering back if somebody upsets you, not getting into an argument, but just noticing that reaction. Mars retrograde will give you that opportunity to just take that breath, become aware of when you are feeling as though you need to retaliate or hit out or lash out. Eclipses have a tendency to bring out what is hidden, what is underneath the surface. And it can be sometimes quite a difficult time. Yes, I'm not saying that eclipses are necessarily easy. they are opportunities for you to see what you've been avoiding often. To really stop sweeping things under the carpet. Surprises can happen. I had a surprise the other night. I heard this scrabbling in my office. I thought, what's that? Just under the papers, and moved the papers, and there were a couple of cockroaches just scurried out. Okay, that was a surprise. Didn't anticipate that late one night. So again, I noticed my reaction. It was like, whoa! And then I realized, well, what are these really going to do to me? They're not going to eat me. They're not very pleasant to have around, but I'll sort it out the next day, and somebody will come and spray the house and get it sorted. So can you have a delay time? It's really, can you press the pause button on your reaction times? That is the challenge of this lunar eclipse, because if you can do that, you're going to help everybody around you. Your relationships, the people, everything can be helped. It's a good time to distract yourself. There's a lot of earth going on with practical tasks. Cleaning, ironing, tidying, cooking, decluttering, anything like that. Good way of calming the emotions and distracting. This energy can bring up an energy of rebellion, a feeling as though, and we may see that globally. I think that's happening already. Humanitarian issues coming up. How can we break through the old ways of fighting one another and find ways in which we can come together? And Aquarius is truly, we're moving into this age of Aquarius. Aquarius is about finding new ways of solving old problems. That's what you're looking for at the time of this eclipse. Now, it can get difficult. I'm reminded of the phrase, "this too shall pass," to remind yourself that it's temporary. And I like this quote from Victor Hugo, who said, "Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise." I've done a painting for you. It was a big one, couldn't stop it, for this lunar eclipse, this blood moon, which I hope you like. And also, musically, I wanted to share with you a piece of Mozart, because Mozart reminds us that even the darkest times, we can always find something that is uplifting. Some hope is on the horizon. And for me, it was a breakthrough to be able to learn to play this piece, which is the second movement of the Fantasia in D minor. So I hope you'll enjoy that, and I hope that it will uplift you no matter what it is that you're facing.